Hey guys, man, I haven't been feeling quite myself lately, so I realized that I need to get out more. Been feeling a bit cooped up. Had a great weekend of skiing. Really enjoyed my boys, but these last couple of days I've just been like, oh my god, couldn't get motivated. Then yesterday I realized that, action first, motivation later, so just got to get active doing something. So I decided I'd get out this afternoon, even though it's late, and strap on my skis and get out for a ski, even for an hour, maybe a bit more, hopefully, and get my dog out because she's been feeling pretty cooped up too. So maybe we'll see some wildlife here already. Just being out here, I feel better and motivated, and I just feeling all bah humbug about everything, and it's like, ugh, that's not me. So I gotta get this happening, get my inspiration back, and get a little bounce back in my steps. So let's get out there and enjoy the weather while we can, because pretty soon it's going to be the muddy season of spring, and then we're going to be waiting till that dries out before we can really get active doing stuff again. So enjoy the rest of the winter. Well, I'm at a shelter that I built last spring and never really made it back here after that. This is an area that I had intended to scout a little bit more for bow hunting, but it didn't come to fruition, and I had planned on spending the night in this place or two, but that didn't happen either. So here it is under the snow. This looks like a snow hut. Let's have a look. Watch yourself, Shelp. Coming around. So, clearly the door's not there, but my pot is still there. My fire pit's still there. If I had to spend the night in here right now, I could. And I just have to cover up the door and clear some of the snow out right here. So, but I can tell you that it is not waterproof. So if I'm planning on doing anything more with this, I'm gonna make sure that it is waterproof somehow. I might cut a tarp to fit around the outside, and then fill it in, or put some dirt on it and help keep it insulated for times like this. It's not cold out today. It's only about 0 degrees Celsius, so piece of cake. Well, after talking about a fire and making some tea, I decided that's what I'll do. So I don't have any birch bark or fire starter kicking around, so I'm just gonna have to make do with what I can gather up, and those are little twigs for a starter, and just build it up from there. I'll find some sap and mix that in with the starter, so I have something to add to the burning once that sap melts. Okay, let's make a cup of tea. So I'm gathering up some twigs, just the ends of these trees here. You want them to snap, have a nice snap to them, and then that way, when you get the light to it, the lighter, it will catch fire, and small pieces of fuel, and then we can add some larger pieces. I'm gonna get some of this lichen stuff mixed in because that'll burn too. And there we go. Maybe not that piece. It's not cracking the way I want it to. But anyway, we'll get it all together. Let's see if we can get enough heat to get this fire going. You ready for some tea there's? Okay, let's do this. Here's a tree with some sap. There's not a lot to it, but it'll probably be enough to salvage up and for it to start fire. So I'll just gather this up pieces right here that kind of hanging and fresh. It's sticky too, so that's a good thing. And we'll just add that in with our little bundle and get it to fire up. Well, like a smart boy, I left a piece of fat wood in here, so I'm just gonna make some shavings and get them on top of here, and let's make a fire. And that should be enough to get that fire going anyway. You don't have to see the whole thing. Good day for a Bic lighter. So I got some shavings there. Just gonna fire that up. That catch. Well, it's venting nice. Well, we've got fire. There she be. Went out my hole. Should have cleared more snow off of there before I started it because I'm getting some drips, but the snow's not going to fall into the fire. Well, let's get some tea organized. Oh, finally got the fire going well enough that we can make some tea. Just clean the teapot out a little bit. Add some water to it. There we go. And put the lid back on here. And let's get some tea. Let's get some tea. Sorry about the rough video. I don't have a tripod here, so impromptu. Well, my eyes all red and teary from the smoke. It's not because I'm so sad, but I do have a tea bag, and you know, it's always nice to have a cup of tea when you're just kind of cruising around. Don't need sugar, just let it do this thing. Man, it's getting smoky in here. So my draft, my little air hole back there is just not working very well. So anyway, I will put this tea bag in and see what we can do for a cup of tea. It's going to be delicious. You can hear that starting to boil. I think that's boiled enough. What do you think? I think that's going to dump over. That's what I think. Let's see if we can set that up better right there. Oh, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. We're going to have a nice quaint little cup of tea. It's going to be lovely. It's nice in here once that fire gets rolling. Enough energy happening there to draw through that air hole that I created into the fire pit. So well, I think it's time to leave the shelter. It's getting too warm in here. See all that snow's starting to melt and drip all over the place. So, I'll take my tea and take my leave and go stand outside and enjoy the fire. So nice in here though. Suppose I can just move back a little bit and let it drip in the center and crawl out over the wet ground. Well, here's to you. Happy New Year. I hope your COVID pandemic isolation is going well and you're not feeling terrible about the state of the world. There's a lot of hope in it, and keep your hope up. And you know, like me, I was really feeling it earlier, and just taking action to get out really offered a lot of motivation. So, you know, I put on my cross-country skis, came up to a shelter that I built last spring, and never did complete it, but I get to enjoy it now, even though it's dripping a bit in here. I'm gonna have a cup of tea and make my way home and cook some dinner. I think I'll come back here when it thaws out and work on this some more, and just see if I can turn it into something that's a little more comfortable and user-friendly. What I think I might do is dig it out about a foot, and then a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet in the center for the fire pit, with a good airflow coming in from outside for the fire to draw, and create a bit of an entrance that's user-friendly as well, but easy. You know, it's I mean, it's a bush shelter. It doesn't need to be, you know, it doesn't need to be home, so to speak. So here's to you. Enjoy your day, enjoy your life. That's good stuff. My, how time flies when you're having fun. It's gonna be dark pretty soon. So there she is, my little shelter. It was fun. Now it's time to go home and do some cooking, get some dinner on. I'm sure everybody's gonna be hungry. And make some love 'em up soup. Good on a day like this. And I already have pre-jarred deer meat, and I should do a video on that, how we pull that all together. and it just takes no time to make the soup at all. It's super fast, just because the meat's already cooked in the jar and tender, and just a matter of adding your vegetables and bringing it all together, some spices and lots of love. All right, you guys have a good day. Well, just about halfway. Let's stop for a cup of tea. It's good. I made a nice pot of tea earlier, and it's so refreshing. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate you joining me on this little outing. It really has lifted my spirits. I'm really looking forward to getting home and doing some cooking. I'm just on an old logging landing or something. I can't see where they actually logged here. It's selective, I think, down below me. And yeah. Cheers. It's gonna be dark pretty soon. It's gonna be a late dinner, but it's gonna be a good one. Well, I made it back to the truck all right. Had some more tea and head home and start cooking. That was a good jaunt back. I'm glad I left when I did, because as you can see, it's getting kind of dark. But anyway, technology is great, isn't it? Just get back to the truck and fire it up, and there's your ride home. Need some lights. All kinds of light around. So just think back in the old days, not so convenient. Here's to technology too.